Heyo everybody, Haku here with my live reaction for Kubera chapters 58, 59, and 60. I hope that's what I plan on, those three, or Rival parts 1, 2, and 3. Sorry for the long wait since the last Kubera one. It's been such a long wait because when I did Kubera again, I was planning to do a review and a reaction back to back, and for the review, I was going to do an in-depth breakdown of all of the sorrow of loss slash lost slash the lost, an in-depth breakdown of that whole chunk of the story, and I ended up taking notes, and I've ended up with 2 full pages of notes so far, which is, like, usually that turns into like an hour-long video, but I'm only like 4 or 5 chapters through. I thought it was like 7 chapters, but then I looked again and realized it was 9. I was like, I have like 4 or 5 more chapters. So it's taking so long to do that. That's still coming, but I was like, I don't want to make you wait any longer for another reaction, so I'm gonna just do another reaction. Next reaction will be up whenever the next one's up, but note that that review is coming. It's just gonna be a little bit. I have been working on that for a bit. So in addition to that, what I'm going to do with Kubera, I just sort of mentioned it recently. I need like maybe next week to work on these 2 big projects that I've been working on for a long time, that I really need to take some time just for me to finish these things that I've put months into working on. And I'm going to finish those projects. I'm also getting a new computer. And then, I'll go through, I'll finish those projects, and like next week, the week after is probably when I'll be posting stuff. And then once I have a new computer, once those projects are out of the way, then I will hopefully be able to get to Kubera, ORV, all these other series I wanted to do weekly. The idea was to do them weekly the entire time. I'll finally be able to do them weekly. So once I get through that stuff, hopefully, finally, Kubera will be a weekly series on the channel. I'll do a reaction every week, and I'll do reviews whenever I can in addition to that. For something like ORV, I feel like I process it enough and I discuss it enough during the reactions that I don't really need the reviews as much. I still want to do other videos for ORV, but I don't really need the reviews as much. But for Kubera, I feel like doing the in-depth breakdowns is going to be helpful. Not just cool stuff to put on the channel for all of you, but helpful for me to really get this information down, just because Kubera has so much information. And while I try to discuss it as much as possible, I try to do as much as possible in my reactions, the fact is, it's just, there is so much to Kubera that I'm like, okay, I need a little bit more. Personally, I need to do a little bit more to get this information down. So I will be doing that. That'll be coming in the future. Also, I decided if I get in trouble for this, I'm obviously not going to be able to do it anymore, but at least for right now, I am going to attempt to show the chapter on screen again. I just have like a little filter over it. So hopefully I don't get in trouble. That's the goal, is to not get in trouble, but if I do, I'll have to go back to not showing anything, I guess. I don't know. Just no telling line on me, please. So yeah, anything else? Long intro, as usual. I can't think of anything else I was going to say at the moment. So I guess let's just get into reading for now. We're starting off with number 59. Or really, number 59, but it's episode 58, Rival Part 1. Year D, 997, Misty Shore. So this is like, I'm not even going to say. I thought we were in like, no, we're not in D8, because that was during the flashback during Sorrow of Loss that was like D8. So this is a good while ago. This is a good like decade and a half, 2 decades ago, somewhere around there. The preliminary round for Group B is about to begin. The children from Group B, please come to the stadium. Youth Martial Arts Tournament. Host Misty Shore Fighters Union. Sponsor Misty Shore University College of Martial Arts. Ah, we're screwed. Last year's winners are in Group B. I heard that he's a quarter who's stronger than a half. You can't be serious. Are you sure he isn't taking drugs? And we're seeing eligibility for a pureblood is 12 years and younger, limited magic and weapons. For a quarter, 24 years and younger, with the same. And for a half, weapon use isn't permitted. And then I wonder if they're not. It was gonna say transcendental skills not allowed, but it got cut off. I'm not sure. 48 years and younger, because of course that's the way they all age. Here, Ron, since you've chosen to use magic instead of using a weapon, this is all the gear you can use. Wow, Mom, aren't these the gloves that Rao, the fighter champion from last season, was advertising? And is Rao Lee's? Was that Lee's dad? I can't remember. This is a late birthday present because I had to work on your birthday. Wow, thank you. I feel like I'm gonna win. Look, jab, jab, jab. Speed of light. You look so cool. Why don't you try your punch on that boulder over there? This one? And he completely crushes it. Ron, don't you think it's time to leave these childish games behind you? You still haven't enrolled when a lot of your friends have already graduated from the Magic Academy. You didn't obtain your triple attributes by chance. You got them because the gods allowed you to have them. Are you gonna let their grace go to waste? Tan, stop it. Ron has been looking forward to this tournament. I was just thinking though, you didn't get your triple attributes by chance. I mean, you kind of do, because isn't it based on the day you were born? Isn't it kind of by chance? Like, unless you're like really, how do half quarter gestational periods work on Willarv or whatever? Because it's like, couldn't you be like, okay, honey, we gotta do it tonight, because in exactly 9 months, we'll have the greatest chance for them to be born on a good date to have triple attributes or whatever. You may win hundreds of these tournaments, but nobody cares. And even then, like, that's not guaranteed. You never know when your kid's exactly going to be born. Like, it is kind of by chance. The only way to be treated right in this world is to become a magician. He has the talent, but he's being lazy with his studies. And of course I need to tell him this. Look at Lutz. He graduated the top of his class and got accepted to Eloth University without even taking the entrance exam. That's because, unlike Ron, he studied hard. If only Ron was half as good as Lutz. Wow, Ton's kind of a dick. Ah, shut up. My brother wanted to go to Misty Shore University, not Eloth. He didn't care for prestigious schools. He said he'd stay and help me with my studies when I entered the Misty Shore Magic Academy. That's why I was determined to study hard if he was going to stay in Misty Shore for me. But you're the one who forced him out to Eloth, Dad. Why are you only putting the blame on me? Are you talking back to me? Tan, stop. Why would he blame others when he's the one who doesn't study? Tan, try to look at this through Ron's eyes. His mental age is only 9. Since we were always out for work, to Ron, Lutz was an older brother, a friend, a teacher, and even a parent. And Lutz even offered to stay in Misty Shore to look after Ron, but he went to Eloth only because you forced him to. I think Ron will have a hard time getting used to things for a while, at least until he finds someone who could replace a brother figure. Chapter 58, Rival 1. Year End 15, 12th month, Yama 2, Chandra. I called dibs on it and we have Lee sleeping. You had a barrel full of yogurt and you're still not full? Why are you taking that too? No, give it back. I can't give that to you. I was thinking, oh, do they meet Asha? But no, what if Lee's ends up being their rival? I can't give that to you. We have her cracking the wall with her fingertips. Hee, it's mine. I was waiting for her to wake up so we could eat together, but by the looks of it, she isn't going to wake up anytime soon. Then I'll order first. Huh? And a clipboard falls out with a massive bill. And once again, we have seen this Asha face multiple times. Pavati Indra. And then electricity as she grabs Lisa's ankle. Ashura must have appeared. Asha, let's get out. Never mind, what the hell? I almost died. I controlled it just enough so you wouldn't die. Although I didn't expect you to be so unharmed. I'll go a little stronger next time. Wait, what do you mean next time? Anyhow, don't order room service when I'm not here. Why? You never care about how much the food costs. You'd allow me to order whatever I want anyway. It's not about the money. Eating by yourself is like making a fool out of the people who were planning to eat with you. Oh yeah, because Asha was planning. Asha spent all this time waiting to eat with her. Oh, that's what it was. I knew it. You never get mad because of money. Then I'll eat with you. I can eat again. No need for that. What the hell does she want? Geez, then eat by yourself. Why the hell did you wake me up? Wow, isn't that Mr. Cossack? It's Mr. Cossack. Huh? It's so noisy outside. Even Asha's arrival didn't catch so much attention. Did someone really famous come? Oh yeah, Asha. Where's Yuta? I haven't seen him for a while. Is he not back yet? You're truly amazing. I can't believe you just noticed that you had another company. I know now how much Yuta means to you. Don't change the subject. If Yuta isn't back, we should go look for... Don't worry. He's down there. But he looks kind of funny. Let's go, Lise. Learning through pictures, intermediate topology. Are you kidding me? Why are there more symbols than pictures? Does this douchebag think that symbols are pictures? Can I really pass the subject if I study? I've studied this long and failed. Maybe it's better for me to just give up and do the magic quest for credit. Since there's a magician that's even willing to help me. Oh, what am I thinking? I shouldn't do that. I heard that you can lose your life on those quests. It may be okay if I go with a trustworthy magician, but I should never go with somebody suspicious like that. Tomorrow, I'll be back tomorrow. Have all your stuff packed. This version of Asha may appear differently from actual Asha, as Ron remembers Asha the opposite in biological sense. That guy looks really vicious. I'm sure he's gonna make my life a living hell if I go with him. What are you thinking about so hard? If I were you, I'd accept it right away. If a magician of that level wants to help you, you should say yes before it's too late. This is the opportunity of a lifetime. Rana, not you too. I don't know who he is, but if he's so great to the point where I'd need to accept his offer right away, is there any reason for him to choose me? What the... Ron, do you not know who you're talking about? How am I supposed to know? Nobody told me. My God, I see that's why you've been talking all that nonsense this whole time. You're amazing. I know you don't have any interest in other magicians, but how can you not recognize the magician who's ranked 5th in magic? Okay, so now we're getting in a numbered ranking system. What? To be continued. So we're throwing in a numbered ranking system here. I'm interested in learning more about Ron and all of these characters. I do think, though, this is another one of those chapters that's just kind of like continuing on the story, bridging the gap. There's not enough like conclusive in this chapter for me to really dig into and break down. But I love the, I don't know, I love the fact that Asha was waiting all this time to eat with Lise, and then Lise just had already eaten on her own. It's kind of cute and a little like out of what you'd expect from Asha, sort of. But I like it. I like all of that, and I want to see how they react, or how they interact with Cossack and Agwen, because I really liked them last time, and I'm interested to see how like their relationship goes. But yeah, either way, I still got 2 more chapters I get to read, so let's move on to 59. Year D999, Misty Shore Public Academy of Magic, so like 2 years after that last flashback we got, I think. I'm pretty sure that said 997. Let me go, you can't do this. Ron Syrafate, we have hair length restrictions. You cannot have hair that long. What? There are a bunch of kids with hair, or with longer hair than me. Those are the female students. Male students aren't allowed to have long hair. What the hell? That's being sexist. Why can't boys have long hair? This academy fucking sucks. Ron Syrafate, born year D80. Age of appearance 10 years, actual age 20 years, because of being a quarter. You can't cut my hair. I'd rather give up all this and run away. You know, it's so funny. Because I went to a private school, and same thing. Boys weren't allowed to have hair. That like the rules were it could not touch your shirt, your ears, or your eyebrows, I think was the rule. Also, boys were not allowed to have facial hair. And it's so funny, because I went back there like years after to help with something at some point, and like the headmaster of the place was like, it's always so funny seeing like all of the guys that went here, all of the alumni come back, and everybody has facial hair and longer hair and everything. And I just think it's because, well, I mean, I think mostly right now it's because that's kind of more the style. I feel like facial hair is more in the like vast majority of guys I know in general have facial hair right now, whereas I feel like less so when I was a kid. But that's the thing. I don't know if long hair's ever really been in, but I do think like there have been times when it's more popular, and I feel like it's again more popular now than when I was a kid. I just think that personally I look better with longer hair. I like the way it looks more. It is a lot more work to take care of though. I will say that. But either way, continuing on. So yeah, I have been in kind of the same position of like when I was a kid, I was not allowed to have long hair because of school. Um, you can't cut my hair. I'd rather give up all this and run away. Run away, says who? And he gets bonked. It says grab, though, as a sound effect. Teachers, please understand him. He's always had a temper, but it's gotten worse recently. I think him being away from his family's made it worse. Would it be alright to keep his hair if he always had it tied? He treats his hair like his life. Well, if you say so, priest. Ho ho ho, thank you. I guess priests have a lot of free time on their hands, seeing that you even came to your nephew's entrance ceremony. You could have just sent someone else. Why'd you have to come all the way out here? And then, what is this? We have the, like, bunny hoodie. Okay, I get it. So please take off that price tag. Anyway, I don't like this place. I'll attend since Mom and Big Bro wanted me to. But don't expect me to graduate and go to college. I could care less about the reputation of the Sida Fe family. In an old-fashioned place like this, I'm just gonna skip all my classes. And then he sees, oh, it's, Rana. I'm assuming. Squid-looking, water scorpion-looking, worm-looking, pufferfish-looking, female person. I'll be a good student. I won't be skipping any of my classes. Tut-tut, he lost it. Rana's a good student, but you two cannot be more than friends. She's not a quarter like you. Huh? What? She isn't a quarter. She looks so young. Quarters have twice the normal human lifespan, half 4 times, and age twice as slow. That's why they look twice as young. Look at her. She's a lot smaller than the other kids. If she isn't a quarter, that means she's only around 10 years old. Yes, you're right. She's exactly 10 years old. It's amazing that she even passed the academy entrance exam. She may be around your age now, but she's a pureblood human, so she'll age twice as fast as you. I mean, if neither of you care, I think that's fine. I mean, again, mentally, they're both 10 right now, so it's like, even if they age differently, it's not like they age so dramatically differently that he would still be like 10 while she's like 50. So I like, if both of them, are cool with it, I don't really see how it's that big a deal. As time passes, she'll one day look old enough to be your mother. She's an excellent student, so she'll make a good rival for you, but getting too close to her won't be good for you or for either of you. Try dating a quarter, or wait until you're older and find someone who's about 20 years younger than you. I think that is worse advice. That is kind of worse advice. That second part, at least. Okay, I get it. I'll just be friends with her. That's okay, right? And now we have Rival Part 2. Rana? Yeah? How old are you again? How could you forget that? I'm exactly 10 years younger than you. 26 this year. So, if she's 26, that means he's 36, so he's 18 visually? Yeah? Okay. Okay, hopefully my math wasn't wrong. I'm getting paranoid. It's the 12th month now, so I'll be 27 soon. God damn it, my uncle completely fooled me. He said purebloods age quickly, but you still look young. Anyone would believe you if you said you're a teen. You haven't aged a bit. Hey, hold on. What do you mean I haven't aged? Are you trying to piss me off? I'm not a quarter like you who ages disgustingly slow. This is all makeup. You can tell if you come close and look. Really? Let's see. Oh, indeed. 1 wrinkle around your eyes. No, 2. At 27? Stop messing around and pack your things. And make sure to say goodbye to the priest and the dean. Hold on, I never said I was gonna go. I know that he's the liar who wrote Topology is the easiest, but why do I need to go with him? If I really have to go on a quest, I'd rather go with you and then door slam. Stomp stomp slam. I told you to pay more attention to your clothes. You're only wearing pants again today. Why can't you just make some clothes before you go to sleep? Where'd you leave your earrings again? I can't even lay you down properly because of your horns. Are they friends? Lovers? They look kind of alike. Maybe brother and sister? They're father and daughter. Why are you so surprised? I'm sure you're sick of hearing about the lifespans of halves and quarters. The one with the horns is Cossack Rajov. Everyone calls him Mr. Cossack. He's the only living dragon half on this planet. Halves have 4 times the human lifespan, so even if he may look young, his actual age is about 132. So 132, that's, 25 plus 8, so he's like 33. And that's Agwin Rajov. She was my professor when I was attending Eloth University. I'll rip the bed if he moves around. Where are his earrings? She's the daughter of Mr. Cossack, which makes her a quarter. Her actual age is 62, so she's 31 visually. They're nearly identical in age. They may look similar in age, but he's actually much older than her. There's nothing weird about them being father and daughter. No, Asha. I wasn't surprised because they look the same age. That's her dad. Why is she treating him like that? Is it okay to treat your father like that? I've only seen my dad in pictures, so I don't really know. That isn't very normal, but everyone has their own circumstances. Long story short, he'd wronged her and now he's paying for it. If you're curious, ask Professor Agwin yourself. It isn't for me to say. Huh? What do you got? Or are you guys talking about me? It was nothing. It's been a long time since we've last seen each other, teacher. I was hoping we could get some dinner together. Oh, dinner together sounds great. I was just getting hungry, too. And your friend has carried my luggage here, so I'll treat you. How does a meat buffet sound? And Yuda carried all of the stuff. Also, I'm going to have to go look back. I thought I remembered Agwin having like a big witch hat or like glasses, something that like distinguished her more, but maybe she just took them off for now. I feel like I'm forgetting something though, but she definitely had something else going on. Yahoo, I'm a definite yes. There'll be nothing left in the buffet when these two are finished. Rana's doing an alternate quest to graduate. You should have sent him sooner. We have this outfit. He was never the type to graduate through studying. Misty Shore Water Priest, Chuan Sadafe. But I heard that people die on these quests, so I was worried. Then why send him now? Aren't you worried about him anymore? No, that isn't it. If you're starting to get anxious, Rana Ramia, Dean of Misty Shore University, College of Magic, Aline Hyas. Okay, and again, we have the name Hyas here. Also, I feel like we had learned all of this a couple chapters ago about these people and their names. You're turning 30 soon, so you were worried that Ron wouldn't be able to graduate forever. You were worried that the conditions we set may no longer be in place if Ron graduated too late. Huh? Conditions? Did you make some kind of deal with Rana? I'll tell you later, when Ron graduates. Dean. There's that reason too, but this time there's a more important reason why I'm sending him away. Asha Rairo has agreed to accompany Ron on his alternative quest. Asha? The 5th ranked Asha. Then he should pass the quest with flying colors. That's strange. I don't see the reason for Asha helping him. Yes, of course Asha has her own motives. Ron will be doing the hardest quest, get to the other side of the channel. Oh, that means maybe Asha wants to get to the other side of the channel. In that case, she does need Ron, since you need a water attribute magician for the channel. I did hear that magicians have been using the channel recently, because boats haven't been making it across with the Gantarva tribe running wild. Asha must have business across the sea, Eloth, Calibloom, or Arrow Plateau. But it's still strange. Why would Asha need Ron, who's only a double B rank, when she could easily hire an A rank magician? Ron does have combat abilities that are greater than that of an A rank magician, but you'd need to use your brain in the channel. Excuse me, Priest and Dean? Huh? What is that? What is it that makes you come without knocking? I'm sorry, we've just received an official correspondence from Atera, and it seems urgent. So Atera, some crazy stuff might be going on, because we have been cutting away a lot to what Kubera and the sort of Gnostica, or kings that we know of are doing. Emergency request for aid. To be continued. Okay, one more for this video. This was again really good. I'm interested a lot in Ron and Rana's characters. So what Rana was saying, the deal, I could be completely off base here, very wrong, but I think it would be kind of cute if she also made a deal where she was also like, wow, I kind of like him. I'm kind of into Ron, but they said you can't date him because he's a quarter and you're pure blood or whatever. And then they made a deal. It's like, okay, if he graduates, whatever, then you can be together. So it's like he had a crush on her, but they were like, no, 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 you can't do that. And she had one on him, and they were like, no, you can't do that. And like, it'd be cute if it was like reciprocal, and both of them, liked each other, but they were kind of torn apart by this structure that they're in for the time being. But either way, let's read the next chapter. Okay, let's get started. We have year D1000 Misty Shore, and it says N0 in the present. So this must be in that year, but before the cataclysm, and then after the cataclysm is when they're like changing it. All right. It's been so long since we've had a proper conversation, right, son? How's the Magic Academy? Let's not talk about that. It pisses me off. Everything's weird about that place. I've even got kicked out of the classroom one day. They were talking about smashing rocks through calculations or something, so I smashed a rock with my foot like this, and the teacher got so fucking mad. Ron, watch your language. Oops, sorry about that, Mom. Anyways, you hate it that much that you've never missed a single class, huh? About that. Going to class isn't all that bad, because Rana's kind of pretty, isn't she? Come on, not kind of, she's really pretty. Wait, how'd you know that? Oh, there's the meat buffet. You heard from Uncle, didn't you? I'm just friends with Rana. It's nothing like Uncle has to worry about, so don't worry, Mom. Oh, Ron, I don't feel the same way as a human does. Look at me. You have 2 times the human lifespan because you're a quarter, but I have 4 times the human lifespan because I'm a half. Your dad already looks like a grandpa. That is true, right? But this isn't much of a difference. My parents had so much of a difference that 2 or 4 times was just a joke of a number to them. My father, so Ron, your grandfather was a quarter. Okay. He was a blind magician, and he met my mother at the age of 30. He only looked 15 because he was a quarter. But my mother was not a being with 2 or 4 times of lifespan, but the concept of aging to death didn't pertain to her. Okay, she was the highest level of Shuras. She was a Gnostica. Hold on, Mom, you're joking, right? I learned that all Gnostikas besides dragons had no interest in humans. Yeah, well, I mean... Okay, never mind. So, I was going to say, they're halves and quarters, so they had to have, but it's probably like not the Gnostica that are creating halves and quarters, it's the lower level Shura that are doing that. And only the dragon Gnostica is like, I could clap some of them human yams, you get me? Yeah, I don't believe it either, but I heard it from my father. I think she was probably just a Rakshasa. Anyway, I get what you're saying. If Shuras who don't age can also fall in love, so there's no problem for a quarter to do so, right? Since I got your permission, I'll be going for Rana. You can't do that. You immediately shut down. What? Why? Wasn't that what you were talking about this whole time? What I've been telling you is from the perspective of someone who lives longer. It's a different story for the other side. You may not care if Rana ages faster than you, but Rana won't have the same mindset. She'll look at herself aging by the day, and she'll feel more and more distant towards you. You two may think that you love each other at first, but one day that won't be the case. Ron, that's why I want you to love someone that'll live longer than you. Love those who live longer, or those who live longer also love longer, so you'll never get hurt first. Honestly, this is like opposite of real world logic, because I feel like in the real world, anybody would probably be taking the deal of, yeah, let me age, but they stay younger forever. It's very sad either way, like no matter which side of the relationship you're on. But to me, it's sadder to watch the person you love age and die than to age and die while the person you love gets to continue to live. To me, like, the other way around is sadder. But either way, Mom, did Dad say something to you? You guys have been apart ever since you've arrived here. Phew, I'm hungry because I talk too much. I think I'll go for the meat buffet. Stop changing the subject. I should know about these things. Don't worry, Ron. Even if your father and I get into a fight, you'll never be left behind. You know that I love you the most, right? I'm coming with you. I'm going to eat a ton of meat, too. Now we have chapter 60. And, for my opinion that nobody asked for, if I am in the Kubera world, as with any world that has fantasy non-humans, I'm never, ever, ever being together with a human. I am going for the non-human fantasy species 100% of the time. I get isekai'd, and there's like big buff ogre mommy women or like goblin girls. They do 100% going for it 1,000 times out of 1,000. Sorry, humans, uninterested at that point. That's like just where I'm going with this. So like, for me, even a quarter, I'd probably be like, sorry, not interested. It's half or more. Maybe it full shura or nothing. But yeah, that's my opinion that was unasked for. So we have, this buffet has been here even before the upheaval. It may be expensive. And I feel like they keep using different words. Upheaval, cataclysm. There was another one I think they used. It may be expensive, but it's really good. So I'm just like, well, been here before the upheaval. Isn't this still before the upheaval? Oh no, we're back to the present time. Never mind. Okay, we're back to the present time. Okay, so they are just talking about the same thing. The coffee is good. Anyway, if I put together everything you've told me, you're going to Calabloom but you can't cross the ocean because the Gintarva tribe Shuras are getting violent. So you're going to go through the channel even if it takes longer, right? If that's so, there's no need for you to go through the channel. I'll get you to Calabloom by today. I'm the magician who has the fastest ride on my planet. No, Professor. I'm very thankful, but there's no need for me to arrive that early. Huh? Is there a certain date you need to arrive by? Whoa, meat is ready. I need to visit the Temple of Chaos, and it only opens during the month of Chaos. Ah, so you have a whole month left. You'll even have time left if you use the channel. Anyway, why are you going to the temple? Okay, I won't ask. Let's put more up before... Huh? Where'd the meat go? We'd better go get more. And was it, we see drooling Yuta, so it seems like, yeah, he took all of it. We'd better go get more. Asha, you hold too many secrets. You climb back into your shell when someone asks you, you hold too many secrets. You always climb back into your shell when someone asks about you. Well, I'll understand if you don't want to talk about it, but I heard Professor Agwan came here. Where is she? Over there. We have people talking from off screen. Professor Agwan. Huh? Asha's here as well? Anyways, Professor, there's been a call for aid. You'll need to go. I think someone's looking for the fastest ride on this planet. Hold on. I'm busy. I need to make next semester's curriculum. You were so eager to take me to Calabloom just a second ago. That's different. This is something official. I hate those kinds of things. I'm not going. I can't go, even if they pay me 1,000,000 gold. Please, Professor Agwan. I'll take a look then. Weak against polite requests. Emergency request for a high-ranking magician. For aid, a high-ranking magician with fire attributes needed. Priestess is currently unable to maintain the closed space at the moment. What? I'm sorry, Asha, but I'll have to go. I'll pick up the tab, so take your time with your meal. What's the matter, Professor? We'll talk about it later. School's on break anyway, so I'll visit you in Calabloom. Oh, so Asha's not even going to be told. They need a magician with fire attributes. There's no need for you to worry. I wanted to ask you something about taking Ron with you. What is it? Will anyone else be joining you? It feels weird saying this, but Ron's a grown man and you're a woman. I thought it'd be dangerous with just the two of you, so he won't even touch a hair on my fur coat. Don't worry. And we have a few others. The boy over there carrying the meat and the girl next to him. They look young. Are they both quarters? No. The girl is pureblood and the boy's a half. What? He's a half. Yes, a half. Is there a problem? Yes, there is. A very big problem. It's a complicated story, but I'll cut to the chase. Ron cannot go with a half. if you have to take the half with you, you're going to need to find another magician. But if you really need to take Ron, you need to take the half out of your group. Is that really necessary? I'm guessing Ron doesn't like halves. I'll make sure nothing happens. No, if he just didn't like them, this wouldn't be a problem. Ron doesn't hate halves. How could he hate halves when his mom is a half? He doesn't hate them, but he can't stand being next to them. Maybe he's afraid of them, but I think it's much more complicated than that. And we have the upheaval in year end 0. This is a period when, after every night of sleep, we would receive news that another planet had disappeared. There was an increasing fear that this planet, Willarv, would disappear at any time. And many people were trying to emigrate to faraway places. I'm saying Willarv because it's easier to say for me than Wilrarv. And also, when I was taking notes, like when I do the review, I'm also covering the like blog post, afterward, whatever you want to call them. I'm covering them with the review, and they've been saying Willarv. So that's why I've been saying that. The gods were occupied enough with stopping the superior Shuras in space. To stop the low-level Shuras, not only the magicians, but even the college students were sent into battle. In a very grave situation like this, we were desperately in need of the help from halves as well. Then, unlike now, the reputation halves had was good, and many halves had good relationships with purebloods and quarters. So we thought they would fight on the side of humans, even if half of their blood belonged to the Shuras. Did his mom maybe side with the Shuras or something? But we were wrong. Out of the blue, halves became violent and turned their backs on their friends and lovers and killed whoever they could get their hands on. Or maybe were they controlled by the pure Shuras? The strongest case of emotional resonance in history. The halves that went completely insane sided with the Shuras and pointed their swords at the humans. Even the magicians who were... So that actually, I was saying a lot. I was like, why the bigotry against halves? Like, they are still, like, quite literally human for the most part. But it's because it would make sense. This isn't even a long time ago. This is, like, less than a couple decades. This very recently, this happened. So, of course, anyone surviving to this day would probably be suspicious and probably hate halves, especially older people, because they've probably had people they know who were killed by halves, and they have to feel like, as much as I like this person now, if something happened again, if the Shuras ever tried to like fully invade or anything again, then the halves could just turn on us. At any moment, they could turn on us. Even the magicians who were strong enough to kill halves in a fair battle were all caught blindsided and died for letting their guard down, thinking they were friends. Many people lost their loved ones and barely survived themselves. Professor Aguen is one of them. Alright. This is interesting. So, did young Aguen have to fight her father? Asha, I'm sure you were already aware of this because you were her student, but Professor Aguen lost her closest friends, lover, and even her mother at the hands of her own father. Okay. But Professor Aguen was an adult who had a strong mind to bear the pain and move on with her life. But there was a child who couldn't bear the pain and shock. Okay, so yeah, his mother turned on them. This is a really cool... I mean, it's not cool that everyone's dying in horrific ways. Cool in the sense that this is such a neat development for the series, having this stuff with the cataclysm, the upheaval, and how the halves turned, because it recontextualizes and makes the hatred of halves make so much logical sense. Yeah, this is really good stuff, and it's just like really emotional, intense storytelling. So yeah, Kubera is very, very good. Nothing new there. Kubera was great. I really like these characters. I really like the story. Like I said, I will be doing much, much more about the series. I'll have, and I guess it makes sense for Ron not wanting to be around any half, because again, from his perspective, if his mom just went violent out of nowhere, so could any other halfies around. So it just makes logical sense. For, like, it's one of those things where bigotry is bad, but in this sense, with the world of Kubera, not only is this a very fresh wound for these people, but also it's like a logical thing. It's like halves literally sure as can, like, basically emotional resonance turn a switch on them at any moment, and they could just start killing even their closest like people. So yeah, like I said, I'll be doing in-depth reviews. After a couple weeks, I'll hopefully be going weekly with the reactions. But that's about it for now. Thank you so much for watching. Like if you did like the video, comment down there. Tell me what you thought of this week's chapter, my first thoughts and reaction and all that. Subscribe for more. Subscribe for more Kubera, much more on the channel. Follow on Twitter if you want. If you want a link to the Discord server, it's free and open for anyone. Just ask and I can give you a link. If you would like to help support the channel, you can drop a super thanks down below if you want to, or if you want One Piece a bit early, if you want a shout out at the end of every video, sorry. But most importantly, to support the channel and help me keep making things, you can hit join down below to become a channel member, or go to patreon.com/HakuOfTheTubes, or a link will be in the description to become a patron. Thank you to patrons and members. Thank you so much to people who already are patrons and members. Thank you to Chosen Regular, Evan Holly, Magical Girls, Effernono and Smeller Dog, Cheriton Student, David Langstaff, Slayer Candidates, SG and Stanseater, and Pure Element Pate Ardialo. Thank you all so much for your support. Thank you all so much for your patience and support and everything. Thank you so much, and I'll see you all next time.